Definitely take that. Out here targeting speckled trout on the bridge, but we will start another trestle day with a flat daddy. See if we can catch a little bit of everything today. Good trout, good trout. That's a good one. That's a good one there, baby. All right, so what I'm going to talk about today, as we get into the peak of the spring, I usually try to stay off the trestle and just do other things as it gets real crowded out here. But if I see a day where they're calling for like 100% rain, most of the time it can't rain all day. You're gonna have gaps, and I like to fish in between those gaps because it's gonna keep the boats off of here. And boat pressure, when these fish are here, boat pressure is probably the key ingredient to whether you're gonna have a really aggressive morning by the fish or not. And the least amount of boats, the better. And when they're calling for 100% rain, you rarely see boats out here. And I got this bridge all to myself. And that's a beauty right there, using the pinfish X shad. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, I'm gonna put a fresh pinfish on there. The reason we made this color, no, it's not too terribly common for people using live pinfish here in Louisiana, but when we go to Florida, it's a very well-known lure there, or live bait they use there. So we tried to paint one with the X shad to make it look as close to a pinfish as you can, and when you put that on that golden eye screw lock, it really comes to life. Looks good. Beautiful purple colors on it. Fantastic bait. I know big speckled trout really like to eat pinfish, and might as well make one that looks like it. Set the hook on that one. Put a lot of weight back on it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, he's peel and drag. Peel and drag. Come on up here. Get on up. Not a monster, but a solid fish. Solid fish. Put that brand new pinfish on there. She chomped her down. I'm telling you guys, these fish, I know they like pinfish, but even if they don't, they like this color. I've made a lot of good DockSide TVs catching big trout like this on that pinfish X shad. All right, whenever you're fishing in between storms, you know, I'm not saying that's the safest thing to do. You definitely don't want to make long boat rides. Some of these storms we have popping up on us today are pretty strong, but here on the trestle and the other bridges, if you're gonna do it, this is a great place to do it, as you always have a place to hide out if one approaches you and runs you off the leg. You know, you could, oh, that was him. you can always run the Irish Bayou, or if you're on the north end, run back to Eden Isles. You could, you know, run to the Chef, run to the Wrigley's. You can get away from it pretty easy. You know, just pay attention to your radar. Keep your eyes peeled. Got kind of some dark clouds to my north, you know, so if I have one pop up on me hard to the north, instead of running into it, I would simply just hide out on the south shore of one of the boat launches or somewhere rather than run right into it. But it keeps the boats off the water. The fish are typically relatively, you know, they're aggressive. When you have a lot of storms, it means the pressure's low. It's dropping, creating these storms in the atmosphere. You know, like today, just because we got storms all around, there's a little loon pops up right there. We got storms all around. It's slick calm with a perfect, just really lazy falling tide. Just some really good conditions right here. And, you know, a lot of days I like to just come out here and catch a few. It don't have to be a really long day, you know. Now granted, if you're coming from a long distance trailing a boat, I understand it's hard to sacrifice a day when they're calling for 100% rain, but if you're close by, you just keep watching that radar and you go when you can. Make sure you got like a 2-hour gap, and sometimes you can have two of the best hours of fishing that you could ask for in that little gap. I know we're in a good area right now to target and make a few casts in, as there's just a tremendous amount of loons around me today. I wish I had more time to fish, but it's been nice to get out here, a little gap. Came right to the south end to give it a try, and loons are all over the place. Looks good, and they're biting a little bit, nothing crazy. But you always want to, it's always a good sign, shall I say, when you have the loons popping up. That's them birds, they'll stick their heads and they'll look down underneath the water surface, and they're fishing just like we are. There he is, right in time. Come on up here. All right, go ahead and end it on that one. Probably could have put a nice little box together, but these storms are getting a little bit too close for my comfort. We're gonna hightail it out of here, get home before we catch the wet ace. But the big trout are out here. They're eating the pinfish X shad. Make sure to subscribe to the monthly bait box. Get your hands on this fabulous color. Make sure to come out here. And if you do have the opportunity to sneak in between storms, don't be afraid to do so. Whoa. Hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Till next time, good fishing. Come out here and fish Lake Pontchartrain.